The Wonder Team and the Forgotten Footballers by Leah Williamson and Jordan Glover. Read by Ellie Kendrick.
With a short introduction from me, Leah.
And me, Jordan. And if you don't already know, yes, Leah and I wrote the Wonder Team together, but we're actually also cousins.
We wanted to say a quick hello before you get stuck into the story. We really hope you'll enjoy listening to the audiobook as much as we enjoyed writing it together.
We'll hand over to the brilliant Ellie Kendrick in just a moment to read the story.
But make sure you hang on at the end of the book to listen to us chat about our inspiration behind the book and the process of writing together.
Enjoy the audiobook and see you again at the end.
To our Uncle Nick, who always supported our dreams, and the dreams of many others too. Chapter 1. Time to Step Up. The shrill squeal of a whistle sliced through the air. Puffing, Leah came to a stop. Miss Kaur had made them run farther than usual for their warm-up, and Leah's entire body was tingling with warmth, despite the chilly January air. She brushed strands of sweaty blonde hair from her eyes as Mimi appeared at her side. "Ugh, I'm not made for long-distance running, Elle, especially on a Monday," her best friend moaned, bending over and planting her hands on her knees. Her skin shone with a light layer of sweat. "That's not true," Leah said. "You're a better runner than me. Much faster." "Faster? Yes. Further? No." Leah laughed, and they joined the rest of the football team heading towards the benches. "Elle! Mimi!" A familiar voice rang out across the pitch. Leah saw George, the third member of their trio, waving at them from the sidelines. He was bundled up in a thick black coat, his red bobble hat barely containing the wild brown curls dancing over his forehead. Leah and Mimi split from the other players and jogged over to meet him. "Hey, what are you doing here?" Leah asked. George grinned and held up a fancy camera, its exposed lens glinting in the watery winter sun. "Miss Kaur asked me to take some pictures of your training sessions for the school newspaper. She wants to build up some hype before the big game on Thursday." "Don't remind me," Leah groaned, covering her eyes with one hand. "I've been trying not to think about it." "What are you talking about?" Mimi frowned. "I thought you were looking forward to it." "I was, but after last week's match, I'd be surprised if Miss Kaur even lets me start." The corners of Leah's mouth turned down. "I can't believe I missed that shot. She's going to bench me for sure." "You can't be perfect all the time, Elle," George said. "Everyone has bad days." Leah shook her head. "Not this close to the end of the season, they don't. I've got to be on top form." George and Mimi exchanged a look, but before either of them could respond, Miss Kaur's voice drifted over from the benches. "Come on, team!" Leah and Mimi joined the rest of the players streaming towards their teacher. George followed behind, his camera at the ready. The team arranged themselves in a rough semicircle around the bench, Miss Kaur at the centre. A football was tucked into the crook of her arm, her silver whistle hanging on a string around her neck. She clapped her hands together. "Right, you all know Thursday's a big game for us. Westfield High are a tough team to tackle." "Which is why we've never beaten them," William Riley piped up. His beefy arms were crossed over his chest. Miss Kaur tipped her head in acknowledgement. "No, we've never won against them, but that's why this last training session is so important. It'll give us a chance to iron out our creases." She paused. "Look, I know you're all nervous about doing well, but you're some of the most talented kids I've ever coached. Compared to a few years ago, you're a wonder team. I know you can do this." Reluctantly, the players nodded. Leah didn't think they looked very convinced. Miss Kaur seemed to sense it too. She sighed and plucked up her clipboard from the bench, her eyes drifting down the page.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?